Yes, I don't for me now, Quaba. I don't want platform way as a host, Nana J. And I want to make a born in Punimpu. Munim send ye in a yen Afia Schwarzenegger and Tegana. And I would Johnny Jay Hakwasha America. None of all. Afia Schwarzenegger says ye a yen yama be none of all. Sadia Quati, na Afia Schwarzenegger at the police custodia and Yamwa because Obia, according to report, Afia Schwarzenegger any papers. And what ye brute, that is all ye illegal. Now, Obio ye illegal, no, air reporting in here. Now, ye the video no air, bro. Now, yenty and Komobi our decide.
And so you are saying that on live television, there is a likelihood that people will misinterpret what the governor will say. Really? That everyone is watching and appreciating what he's saying. Did the Ghanaian people misinterpret him when on the 5th of March, TV3 was telecasting it live? Please, at least, we are all reasonable human beings. We'll be watching him. We will understand the amount of money he's putting into intermediate or intervene in the FX market. Dependent on the technical term, Ay3ka is only resting his argument on. Council, Senior, you are an expert. We appreciate that. I am not even going to contest that because probably I do not have what it takes to determine who an expert is. But you appear more Ay3ka than Ay3ka himself. Before saying it, you appear more NDC than you being an expert.
I don't think that's...
No, please. You called me on Afia. You were sitting here. You were quiet. Let me explain. Let me explain my point. Let me substantiate it. On the 15th of July, we had our governor of the Central Bank of this Republic telling us that there is no intervention or intermediation in the FX market. It comes out that he did. Is he not a liar?
He said there was no intervention. He never talked about intermediation.
Oh, please, excuse me.
Please.
Excuse me. That is why I said, please, let me finish. Let me finish.
Please,
you are talking of an economy with positive macroeconomic indicators. My little economics I learned in UCC will tell you that in economics we have macro and microeconomics. If your macro is positive and you cannot pay the poor you cannot pay the poor cocoa farmer and others, how do they tend to even feed? Please. This is a governor who was able to sit under live camera to speak to his employers. The Ghanaian people are the employers of this government, to explain what happened in the BOG building, the building they sit in. You are spending so much to intermediate or intervene in the FX market, and simply come and explain the amount you are putting in there so that we subject you to street proof and tell you that this amount you are putting there is not going to help us because people are suffering. People are suffering. Were we not in this country where a whole sector minister, cabinet minister, couldn't phone the finance minister to tell him that he should even release money? Are you telling us that we should trust this kind of people? Please, when we speak about this, we shouldn't come in. If you are here to do the bidding of somebody, you can do it without making it so glaring and even insulting the Ghanaian people on top of it. Please.
Okay, and so the arguments, again, moving forward is what exactly?
My argument is very simple, that the representative of the people are over there to hear us. For us not to be hearing an MPP side and the NDC side, we don't have that problem. If the governor on the 5th of March 2025 was able to sit under live camera to explain the cost involved in the BOG building, which we even heard from the then finance minister suggesting to them, the current finance minister suggesting to them to sell and later rent it back or whichever arrangement they will have with it. Why can't he sit there and just explain to us simply that this is the amount of money we've put in to stabilize your city? Just as simple as that. How is that difficult?
Mr. Siedu, the arguments that we've had both Mr. Kujo and the lawyer make is that based on the kind of information, you want to know how you handle it. How people, there are critics who may argue that telling Ghanaians about how much you spent on a building doesn't necessarily have any implications in terms of the market reacting to it, as compared to telling us exactly where you put how much and how you're managing the economy. You don't think that these are two separate instances that need different treatments?
When the minority has been consistent on the fact that this stabilization is an artificial one, and you have doubted them, why are you afraid to come and explain yourself? Explaining yourself make the Ghanaian people brace themselves very well. Today, fuel prices has increased. Diesel has shot up by 6%. So the poor farmer who was paying 100 cedis for tomato paste or tomato in the market should now be looking for an additional 6 cedis to pay for it. And you are telling us that we are having this intervention and still prices are still going up. Why don't we have that opportunity to appreciate why you spend?
Yes, out of force, what you see, Crocro the John, yeah, Juma now with this. Ghana no, Obioti Ghana, ni mubia ni mse on. Yeah, bre, low-key, sikani wo mine, minimba biya sikana fa. Sikap, aye, friends, sikazi. And odi agwe na ko yo biya jima kura, oni sko di pia ukau. Sikana lock yanga saba, unu biya sikana wo, ene, wodi open nya board, ye be 50. Fako gu kwa hon. Basa, nipo oba beton wunya bi, I swear. Akuafo huna mani, obi bre, ene wodi ye, enye izu. Wako fani ye man won oba beton. Wonye sika kakra crowd ye ko fani ye man se oba beton. Chale, omo oba beton ye man kura san yade foforo na. Afia Schwarzenegger what say America authorities are detaining na emane nya nwanwa. Obi a woni pepesa. Oye report e dia ma Donald Trump. Nwanwa.
There is a man in Ghana. His name is called Kempong. Let me bring my voice out so that you people can hear me. There is a man in Ghana. His name is called Kempong. He is the CEO of Kempong Travel and Tour. Together with his wife, they are collecting money from people, promising them that they've got connection with the U.S. ambassador to Ghana. Hence, they are selling Ghanaian visas to innocent Ghanaians. They are selling American visas in Ghana to innocent Ghanaians. Your Excellency President Trump, I don't know if you are aware of this. I don't know if the Homeland Security is aware of this. Kempong Travel and Tour is selling American visas in Ghana. He claims he's got connection with the embassy of America and the embassy of Canada. He is selling American visas to Ghanaians. He is selling Canadian working permits to Ghanaians. So Ambassador Ruth Olsen, the United States of America's ambassador to Ghana, are you aware that somebody has partnership with the embassy and he is selling visa to innocent people? Are you aware of that? Are you aware that somebody is using the U.S. embassy to defraud innocent people in Ghana? Are you aware that someone is using the Canadian embassy? Because this happened in 2024. Mama said here, audio way, ebeko. Mama memo. Let me bring my voice out.
Yes, now out of all, my question I miss me be sending you. Yet them are 8 years to us nigga any papers not here breach. That means what were illegally. And never to illegally. Or no anya no air report will be say American authorities and strike us at the palace. Not of way. Who say will be accuracy will be a manipulated defaulter. Intimate say if yes as nigga to us and name that sorry. Now handcuff egun inside ye deporting na enya mwa uni papers okwe I read. Only say any penny na ye pe America and hwehwe san krofo no. Ono ye visa fraud. And I want so what you money legally. Anti-mass deportation. A fair fears was nigga. A man in no be a surprise because yes, when the papers let me lower your voice. Lower your voice when you better now to Ghana. Now you are no Ghana or no babeto.